It does not matter how slowly you go as long as you do not stop. By three methods we may learn wisdom. First, by reflection, which is noblest. Second, by imitation, which is easiest. And third, by experience, which is the bitterest. Everything has beauty, but not everyone sees it. Wheresoever you go, go with all your heart. He who knows all the answers has not been asked all the questions. The man who moves a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Life is really simple, but we insist on making it complicated. Study the past if you would define the future. If you make a mistake and do not correct it, this is called a mistake. The funniest people are the saddest ones. Before you embark on a journey of revenge, dig 2 graves. To be wronged is nothing, unless you continue to remember it. Respect yourself and others will respect you. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute, the man who does not ask is a fool for life. When you see a good person, think of becoming like her, him. When you see someone not so good, reflect on your own weak points. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. Attack the evil that is within yourself, rather than attacking the evil that is in others. You cannot open a book without learning something. What the superior man seeks is in himself, what the small man seeks is in others. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. I hear and I forget. I see and I remember. I do and I understand. Music produces a kind of pleasure which human nature cannot do without. We have 2 lives, and the second begins when we realize we only have one. Give a bowl of rice to a man and you will feed him for a day. Teach him how to grow his own rice and you will save his life. The gem cannot be polished without friction, nor man perfected without trials. It is not the failure of others to appreciate your abilities that should trouble you, but rather your failure to appreciate theirs. The way out is through the door. Why is it that no one will use this method? The man of wisdom is never of 2 minds. The man of benevolence never worries. The man of courage is never afraid. Only the wisest and stupidest of men never change. It is more shameful to distrust our friends than to be deceived by them. And remember, no matter where you go, there you are. Real knowledge is to know the extent of one's ignorance. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. Hold faithfulness and sincerity as first principles. Better a diamond with a flaw than a pebble without. To be wealthy and honored in an unjust society is a disgrace. To put the world in order, we must first put the nation in order. To put the nation in order, we must first put the family in order. To put the family in order, we must first cultivate our personal life. We must first set our hearts right. When it is obvious that the goals cannot be reached, don't adjust the goals, adjust the action steps. Forget injuries, never forget kindnesses. Don't do unto others what you don't want done unto you. If your plan is for 1 year, plant trees. If your plan is for 10 years, plant trees. If your plan is for 100 years, educate children. In a country well governed, poverty is something to be ashamed of. In a country badly governed, wealth is something to be ashamed of. Education breeds confidence. Confidence breeds hope. Help breeds peace. A lion chased me up a tree, and I greatly enjoyed the view from the top. To see what is right and not do it is the worst cowardice. The beginning of wisdom is to call things by their proper name. When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. Time flows away like the water in the river. The superior man thinks always of virtue, the common man thinks of comfort. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. It is easy to hate and it is difficult to love. This is how the whole scheme of things works. All good things are difficult to achieve and bad things are very easy to get. The master said, "A true gentleman is one who has set his heart upon the way." A fellow who is ashamed merely of shabby clothing or modest meals is not even worth conversing with. Analects 4.9 Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. The man who says he can, and the man who says he cannot, are both correct. He who conquers himself is the mightiest warrior. Consideration for others is the basis of a good life, a good society. Tzu Chang asked Confucius about Zhen. Confucius said, "If you can practice these 5 things with all the people, you can be called Zhen." Tzu Chang asked what they were. Confucius said, courtesy, generosity, honesty, persistence, and kindness. If you are courteous, you will not be disrespected. If you are generous, you will gain everything. If you are honest, people will rely on you. If you are persistent, you will get results. If you are kind, you can employ people.